Alrighty. Whew. Let's go ahead and do this, y'all. Well, hello, oh wait, let me lower my chair a little bit. There you go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Her Path, Her Pace, where growth meets grace. I am your host, Shay, and thank you for joining me on another lovely Tuesday. Oh my goodness, how is everybody doing out there in the world? Oh, it's just, life has been lifing a lot lately, and this is gonna be a catch-up episode, just to like us chit chat, girl chat, group chat, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna catch up later, so we're just gonna move past life lately because we're gonna talk about all of that during the main topic of discussion today. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and hit those glow up goals. So like I said, today this episode is gonna be about just a life catch up, life check-in, season check-in, all those things. And so for our glow up goal for this week, I want everybody to take a moment, pause, and do a life check-in with yourself. What's been bringing you joy, what's been draining you, what's something that you're excited about, what's one thing that you're looking forward to, and so on and so forth. And just take the moment and take a time to pause, like I said, and just sit with yourself and be like, how is life actually going for me? What is actually going on in my world? What in the world? Take that time, because I had to take that time. And so now that's our glow up goal, glow up challenge for this week. Just take time, take a moment, pause, and just give yourself a little check-in. Check in with yourself and see where you are in life and everything, okay? Oh, so yeah, because life, like I said, life has been lifing for your girl late. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so now that we're all going, let's go ahead and see who we are in step with on today. Normally, for this segment of the episode, I would choose somebody who is inspiring me at the moment. But right now, at this current moment, this current season, this current juncture in my life, I just have to take time, take a moment to step back and just say that my biggest source of encouragement, my biggest source of strength in this season in my life at the moment, well, not even in my life at the moment, but biggest source of all of this, and I have to take the moment to say it now, is God. Because like the season I'm currently in, it's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that I'm believing for, a lot of things I am hoping for, and I'm in a season where I am choosing to have hope. I am choosing to have faith over fear, and I'm choosing to trust even if I can't see the whole picture, that God can, and that God is in control, and that God's got me. And that's what I've been holding on to as I've been moving forward, to keep pushing forward, to keep holding on, to keep striving for, to keep going after the things, and to keep hope alive, and to keep believing, and to keep trusting in all of the things. It's God. It's God. So that's our share steps moment for today, for this episode, for my life, I gotta take a moment and just say, yeah, it's God. God is doing it. It ain't me, because y'all, it's God. That's all I can say. It's God. Ain't nobody but God. Ain't nothing but God. Because So that is who we are in step with on today, and checking in to make sure that we are continuing to stay in step with God, even when we can't see, and even we don't understand and we don't know. I'm doing my best to stay there, God. I'm doing my best to listen and to stay steadfast and hopeful and have faith in all the things. Okay. So now that we are all in step and that moment has been taken, let's go ahead and set the mood with some tunes. Okay, so for this week's Her playlist, I just decided to do two songs that have been on repeat, like my most played on my Apple Music playlist. And it's so crazy because I didn't even realize that these songs were my most played on my playlist until I went and looked. And yeah. And the first song is Intentional by Travis Green. It's intentional, God is intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good. Yes, they are, because He's intentional. Yeah, never failing. You know that all things are working for my good. Because I've been having to remind myself of that a lot lately. A lot more than I realized, apparently, because it's in my top two songs on repeat. Like for the past, for a minute now. For a minute now. For a fat minute. Okay, and then the second one is Sam's Freestyle Medley, performed by Chloe Bailey from the Praise This soundtrack. And, kind of similar story, similar thing where, she didn't know where she was going, what was going on. She didn't really, I guess, like, what's different. If you've seen Praise This, then you know that the movie's about Chloe's main character, Sam, who wants to go after her dreams of being an artist and singer and all that, and like the hip hop R&B realm, and her dad doesn't really agree with her choices and things like that. She gets caught up, and so he sends her to go live with her aunt and uncle after her mom passed away because he doesn't really know what to do, and she gets with her cousin, and they join like her cousin. Well, some way somehow she ends up not some way somehow, but she ends up on the praise team at her cousin's church, and she really likes it, and she falls in love, and it helps build her relationship with God and all of that things. So this song in particular, though, is from the scene in the movie where they are at, I think, the bowling alley, skating ring. One of the two. I can't really remember which one it is, but yeah, and she gets challenged to turn any, because she's a songwriter, to turn any you know song into a praise and worship or gospel song, something like that, along those lines, along those lines, I believe is the right phrase. And so yeah, that's what this freestyle medley is. And yeah, it's also another, it's just encouraging. And honestly, my favorite one out of it is the last one where she turns who can I run to, with the tears falling from my eyes, there's nowhere to turn to. I fall apart out here on my own. And when the world's against me, there's no one I can trust, and I'm struggling. Thinking it's taking its toll on me. Will I ever heal these scars? I'm trying to be strong, but I am breaking. How do I go from here? Let me heal these scars. Who'll be there to rescue me? Ain't ready to hear my cry. Tell me what I have, make it through. I'm doing what I can to survive. That's when I really need someone. I'm gonna run to. I'm gonna find somewhere that I can run to. Yeah, yeah. And it was just, yeah. So, but honestly, because it starts off with, she does, what's it? Pressure. That's the first one she starts with. Give it to him. Ain't no do it. Let it stress it. And pray on it. Stay on it. Ain't no pressure. Gotta make a way out of no way if you believe it, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So like that whole medley, but honestly, all of the songs are just about encouragement and pursuing God and pursuing, Him, and staying steadfast and faithful and hopeful, even when you can't see and you don't know. And just like, obviously, the soundtrack of my life at this current juncture, current season, at these current moments, just constant reminders that I need for myself and everything. And so yeah, those are the two songs. More than the medley is more than one song, but you know, whatever. Yada yada yada. Tomato tomato. But yeah, those are the songs. Those have been the soundtracks I've been listening to on repeat and a lot listening to a lot lately. So yeah, those are our playlist songs. Yeah, so that's that. So now that the mood is set with our tunes, let's go ahead and walk through this thing, y'all. Okay, so let me tell y'all. First, let's start off with some like, oops, I don't know what I just did. Ah. Okay. First, like, let's start off with some housekeeping, y'all. Episode 25, I realized, and it had been brought to my attention. I did not know this because I, I thought it did upload. I promise I thought the YouTube video uploaded, y'all. But for some reason, some way, somehow, episode 25, the video did not upload onto YouTube. However, this is why you should also be subscribed to either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, because the audio did in fact drop. Now, I did miss last week, and we're going to get into all of that a little later down the line. But episode 25 did have audio. Not sure what happened with the video, but the video will be uploaded. But the audio has been out for 2 weeks now. I did release that one on time. I did not miss that week. I have not been 2 weeks late. I only missed the 1 week. Um, so, but thank you to everybody who checked in on me to make sure everything was fine and, like, you know, let me know that the YouTube video didn't upload, because I did not know, because of everything that's been going on in my life, in my world, that the video didn't upload. So I'm getting on that, I promise. But thank y'all. It made me feel so good inside. It made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, because I was like, oh, there's actual people on the other side watching and listening and tuning in and like want to hear what I got to say. That's kind of cray. I did not know that. So yes, thank you to everyone who reached out, checked on me to make sure everything was okay. I'm fine. It's fine. I genuinely, you know, don't know why the video didn't upload. I'll go back in YouTube and figure it out and re-upload it if I have to. Like, take what I thought was up and redo whatever I gotta do to get the video. But the audio is out. So that's why you should be subscribed on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So in case anything like this ever happens again, you can still get your taste of your girl. Okay? You can still get your weekly dose. Alright. But yeah, that's that on that. And so now we can talk about where I've been. Where your girl been? Let's start with school. Like, in the last episode, I talked about how school was starting back up, and I was like, you guys know I just ended a term, and now we're jumping right back in it. Love that for me. Whew. But no, grad school. Excuse me. This, like, it was actually a lot going on these past couple weeks, because as I've been entering, like, starting this new term and everything, with all the shifts and changes happening with financial aid and all these new stipulations, and it was just uncertain. I was uncertain because of financial. I didn't know if I was even gonna finish, because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pay for school because of all of the changes and all of the things going on in the world, in America right now. So yeah, I was spending time trying to get all of that sorted and handled, and there I can breathe a little lighter, a little fresher, because yeah, I was gonna be pretty sad and disappointed because I only have a year left and I'll be done. So I was gonna cry. I was gonna be hurt so bad if I couldn't do it. But it's all handled. That's a breath of fresh air, one less thing off my plate. But yeah, grad school. But since I did miss, like, you know, that first week and everything, like, thrown off and stuff right now, I'm in this space of catching up, which falling behind in grad school is not a place you ever want to be. And it's not a place I'm at voluntarily. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to knuckle down and buckle down and do what I got to do so I can get back on track, get everything caught up. And yeah, but whew, Yeah, that's one thing that's been going on in my life, and then another thing has been work. Oh man, I just this job has been stretching me in ways that I did not expect. I did not anticipate. I was not ready for, okay? Like from the work environment, it's very draining, like physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like I have to go in prayed up every single day, and I'm constantly fighting to protect my peace and all of the things about boundaries and enforcing, setting the scene, setting things straight. It's been a lot. It has been very, 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 very draining. I have not been in a situation or like this type of environment atmosphere since I was a child. That's that's the best way I can put it. And even though I come in high energy, positive, just bubbly, and granted, all that come from God too. 'Cause baby, I be tired, I be worn down, I be whoo. But I still come in positive, happy, go lucky. And yet, some way, somehow, people make things up about stories. And I didn't, I don't know where they come from. I don't know how people come up with the things that they come up with. But they do. And it's been affecting me more than I would like for it to. So yeah, y'all just this job has just been, like I said, stretching me in ways that I did not expect, was not anticipating on. And beyond just that, it's also tension there with the job and stuff, because the purpose of me having this job, and all of that was because it was supposed to help fund my dreams and all of those things. And yet it's been taking a lot of time, and it's been very draining for me. And so I literally work and come home and go to sleep. And that wasn't the part, like the scheduling and all of that was supposed to allow me the time to go back into dance, to continue to be active in the gym, and to like better my routine and be more, disciplined and keep it going. Because I established the routine before I got the job. And so I got the routine, I got the discipline, and then the job came in and just kind of like threw everything off. And like my routine is just completely out of whack, and so I'm reconfiguring my life and all of those things. But it has, like I said, it's created a tension because it feels like I'm sacrificing the very thing, like the very reason why I even decided to go and do this job. So it's a lot there, in terms of that. And just like all in all, like I'm exhausted. Like I said, very mentally draining, physically draining, emotionally draining, spiritually draining. So I just come home and I eat and sleep because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And and not even just like, even with that, and then you add the podcast on top of that. And I don't think people really truly realize how much goes into something like this, and what goes into it when you are doing it completely by yourself. Okay, cuz like I don't have a co-host. I don't have a team. I am the producer. I am the editor. I am the person doing the research. I am the person setting up the lights. I am the person, editing audio, editing clips, editing visuals, and coming up with these themes and topics. And I am truly a one woman show. I am not bouncing ideas off of anybody. I am sitting in front of a camera talking to myself for 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. And it's hard. It's very much so hard. I don't know if any of y'all listen to cocktails or have kept up with cocktails, but these past couple episodes, Kiki's been talking about, this transitional phase and like figuring things out, and she just made a very solid point that I agree and resonated very, very well with. It's just doing this solo is hard. Okay, not that it's impossible, because it's clearly not impossible. I'm doing it. There's plenty of other podcasters that are on solo podcasts and they're doing it, but it's hard. It's hard. It very much so is hard. And I don't think the people around me in my circle, in my village, truly understand how hard this is. And it's okay. It's because I'm doing something different, doing something new, and not everybody's going to understand what you're going through. No matter how many times or how many different ways you explain it, people just don't get it. And that's just that. Like I said, it's not impossible, but it is in fact hard, and there is a difference. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. It's hard. But here we are. We're still doing it, and we're still gonna keep going, okay? Because, like, I don't want this to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm in fact not. Like, I'm very grateful. I am grateful for having a job. I'm grateful that I am going to be able to finish grad school. I am very grateful that I have this podcast and I have this platform and I have y'all, and that y'all are listening and that y'all actually care and show up for me, because that means so much to me. And then, like, I am also very grateful that that God's given me the audacity, that I have the ability, that I still have these dreams in my heart and on my mind and on my soul, that I still want to chase them, and that I'm doing things that younger me would be so in astonishment about. I am very grateful, and I think that the current season that I'm in is it's just a stretching season, and it's asking more of me than what I have been asked of before to give. And so that's okay. Like, I also know seasons change and that this is just for the time being. And so until the tide turns, I'm just going to keep praying. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to stay steadfast. I'm going to stay hopeful. I'm going to stay faithful. And I'm just going to keep showing up the best way that I can. Yeah. So there's that. That's life lately, and just all of the catch up moments and just everything that's going on in my world. Well, most of it. Well, yeah, what's going on in my life. Okay, now we have reached letters along the way. This is the segment where you can write in your stories, your testimonials, anything that you're currently going through, any advice you would like to share, or hey, if you would like some advice from me, not certified, not a doctor, none of that, but I can give you the best big sis advice that I got for you. You can write those letters into lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. That is lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. Can't wait to hear from you guys. So now we have reached the Grace Note segment of the episode. And I just would like to simply say, if life has been feeling heavy, I want you to know that you are not behind. You might just be carrying a lot. Some seasons require more of us than others, and that is okay. Okay, I'm speaking to myself too here, y'all. Like, you don't have to have every answer. You don't have to have every plan, and you don't have to have every next step figured out. Give yourself permission to be in the process, to experience and live in it and through it, and be present in it. Keep showing up. Keep doing what you can with what you have. Lean on your village and the people who love you. And most importantly, a reminder for me is to not lose sight of God in all of this. He hears every prayer, He sees every late night, every sacrifice, and every dream you're still holding on to. So this season won't last forever, but the person you're becoming because of it will. So continue to stay strong and keep moving forward. So I would just like to say thank you guys for once again writing it out with me and sticking it out, and just for your patience and your understanding and all of the things. Thank you for joining me for another episode. I am doing my best to get everything back on track, to get us back on track, and all of the things. All I can do is be honest as we keep muscling forward and through all of the things. All right. So if you would like to contact me or say anything to me at the podcast, you can send emails into herpathherpace@gmail.com. You can also follow the podcast on socials at herpathherpace on TikTok and on Instagram. And you can also follow me, your host, Shay, at Rashay on social platforms as well. So if you like what you heard today, if you like to keep on trucking along right with us, you can turn on those post bell notifications so you are notified every time a new episode drops. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I said, to avoid missing another episode in case the YouTube has its complications again, you can always subscribe on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts. Okay, y'all, I'm also there. The audio is also there, so just so you don't have to miss out on your dose of grace. Okay, whatever, her path, her pace, or if you just want to hear my voice, whatever, you don't have to miss out on it. So like I said, turn on the post bell notifications so you're notified every time a new episode drops. Subscribe, like, comment, share, talk with your girl, send those emails in, let me know how you're feeling and all of the things. So just until next week, guys, remember to pause, breathe, take a beat, and always give yourself some grace. Until next week, guys,